All right, let's tap into the twin flame journey right now and see what shows up, what story, what message wants to show up today about the twin flame journey, about the collective. Let's see what's going on here. All right, I'll look at divine feminine and divine masculine. Right now, the message that wants to come through for you. Breaking trail, a new way. This is a breakthrough is at hand. Some of you have been feeling like you've been stuck a little bit. I've definitely been hearing that from some of you. Transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. That's that Scorpio energy here. I really like that. Faraway places, get ready for new horizons. This does feel, we talk a little bit about North Node and South Node here. This is Scorpio energy. This feels like Taurus energy, right? Like making things real, anchoring, investing, all of that, and transformation is happening. So I do feel like if you put some time and effort into not just grinding away at something, but looking at it from a new perspective. We just had that full moon in Aquarius, and it is all about looking at things from a new perspective. Aquarius is like, let's take this and spin it around and see where's it going, what's going on, and let's see what the opportunities are. Always glass half full, okay? So I think there is some big change coming in, and I feel like that for some of you, that does feel a little bit like a relief. It feels like, my God, I've been putting so much time and effort into this connection, and it really does need to change. I can't just be pounding away at this. I can't just be doing that. So let's see what's going on for the divine feminine right now. What's going on for the divine feminine? 5 of Cups in reverse, no regrets. Okay? No regrets. The situation, Queen of Wands, really stepping into your power. Where'd my Charlie go? Stepping into your power, opportunity, 9 of Swords. Oh, there he is. 9 of Swords, Justice, Chariot, 2 of Cups, and the outcome is the 5 of Swords. Wow. Okay. So divine feminine here. What's on the underneath? Temperance. I feel like the universe is really saying to the divine feminine, you're needing to balance your feelings. Okay, because they're throwing things out of whack. And if the feelings or the passion or the drive is becoming like, I must drive toward what I want, it's less about being and more about doing, that's going to throw you out of whack. Okay, I think there is an important moment here for divine feminine to recognize what's the feminine energy. It's allowing. And I feel like because the feminine is showing up as this Queen of Wands, we have fire energy here, and then the Chariot energy is about moving forward quickly and, you know, very directive. That it's quite a masculine energy for Cancerian sensibility. I feel like it's like I feel it, so I'm going toward it. It's almost like pushing. And I think that's not going to get you anywhere. If you're like, all right, no regrets, I'm just going for it. I think that approach might not work out the way you want it to. Instead, you're going to need to take what is being given to you. You're going to need to work with what's in front of you. You're going to need to learn to, like, take it as it comes a little bit more, instead of pushing forward into this, hey, we've got to have some truth and we've got to have some balance here. No disrespect. I think that's very true. But I think it's not going to be about like any kind of pushing or any kind of, hey, we got to get this settled. Like, I have the divine feminine might have a certain timeline in their head that says, I need to get this settled by this date, or what, or fill in the blank. There's something here that's going, and the 5 of Swords in the outcome, I don't think it's going to be work out as well as I hope it will. Like, hey, I'm putting in a lot of time and effort. Shouldn't that be positive? Shouldn't that be good? Well, in theory, yes. They're the divine feminine, and divine feminine is about allowing. So the masculine energy is here what's out of whack. The masculine energy within the divine feminine is a little out of whack. It's like what happens is then you step into your ego, you step into your mind and logic, and like, this is what it looks like I should be doing. Logic is dictating that this is what I should be doing. But instead, it's more about being, which is quintessentially divine feminine. Wait for it. Divine feminine. Okay. The masculine has like boiled over here a little bit. Let me ask about the Five of Swords. Wheel of Fortune, Star, and the Three of Wands. So it's coming. I just think it's not on your timetable. And I think that that's where the divine feminine is kind of, it's divine timing. And I can hear you rolling your eyes with divine timing. Like, oh, seriously? Like, I can't affect change when I want to affect change. And I think that that's something that is being looked at with the divine feminine now, like really needing to balance their divine masculine, internal divine masculine. I think there's anxiety here about like, why can't I just push a button and this happens? Why do I have to? It's like going with the energy. Let the ball come to you. Okay. And instead of really scrambling for it, you know, it's almost like you use the force, divine feminine, a little bit more than what's going on right now. So what's happening with the divine masculine? The divine masculine, death. There's that Scorpio energy. There's Taurus. There's not Taurus. Temperance. The opportunity. Ace of Wands. Tower. Look at this. Tower. Eight of Swords. Two of Swords. And the outcome. Look at that. Okay. The outcome. Ooh. There's the Five of Swords again. High Priestess. Okay. So there is a new beginning here. Divine masculine is showing up as the death card, and the situation is temperance. So for any change to be affected, temperance is the energy of, number one, is about allowing. Again, it's allowing for balance. And the masculine here, the opportunity, sees a new beginning, sees an opportunity for new beginning. The new beginning that's right in front of the divine masculine, right? Taking some action. They are wrapped up in their own mindset. They're wrapped up in their own ideas about this connection and what it means. And I think the Tower is going to blow that apart. Okay. So I feel like the masculine is holding back. I think there's more going on with the masculine than the feminine knows. I think there's some secrets here that they're having to unravel. I think there's some other pieces of their life that are needed more than this connection right now. I feel like the masculine is feeling that between the two of them, between the two of you, there is an intuitive disconnect where I do one thing and the feminine, it's out of balance. Okay. I do one thing, but that's not the thing that the feminine is looking to connect with me about. It's like too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too much going on here in the mindset. And that's what really needs to get blown apart. The masculine needs to stop looking at this connection in such a complicated way, needs to allow more, and also needs to understand when the connection is blocked a little bit, the intuitive connection is blocked because of mindsets in the masculine, and because the feminine is like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. A little bit, okay? A little bit like, I don't understand why this can't come together. And the masculine is saying, well, you know, there's too much to think about here. I've got to first figure out my family. I've first got to figure out my job. I've first got to figure out all of these things. And I feel like the feminine is saying, no, you're focusing too much on the 3D life. And that's what's getting this thing stuck. And so I'm definitely seeing that there's a straightforwardness from the feminine that is, I don't know, causing some analysis paralysis with the masculine here. what's going on with the connection? Let's look at that. What is going on with the connection? Eight of Pentacles, Fool, Six of Cups, yep, coming back together, Page of Wands, there's the Temperance energy again, Five of Pentacles, and the outcome is the Hanged Man. There's most definitely this feeling of like, we've come so far, we've come this far, we are on a new path, we're not sure what that new path looks like. The Divine Feminine is like, okay, let's do it this way. Let's push forward. Let's get ourselves, together. Very practical kind of way of looking at it. And last week, I think when I did the Twin Flame reading, I was looking at the practicality. Like, can we do this 3D thing? And I think the Divine Feminine here is like kind of discounting a lot of the energy that goes on with Twin Flame. Like, look, let's just kind of get together and then we can worry about all of that when we're together. I think the masculine is saying, no, I have to right myself before I can be part of this connection. And I do think that there is some kind of like lack mentality around this. I wonder if the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine are both kind of in this place of analysis paralysis, which is why the feminine is like, come on, let's keep going. Don't get stuck in your mind. Don't get stuck in some of the things that have held us back in the past. Let's not get stuck there. Let's not do that. And I think the answer here is really connecting on a very strong 5D level, making that effort, putting in that time and effort to honor the 5D connection. I feel like the masculine here has some assumptions about what love is getting blown apart for them. I think the masculine made a whole bunch of, or has had a whole bunch of socialized ideas about what love is. And I think that's the thing that's getting blown apart for the masculine. And it's like, when something becomes so simple, when you see it, you can't unsee it. I feel like the masculine has made this way too complicated and the feminine is like over it. Like, why are we over analyzing this? Why are we doing that? And the masculine is saying, well, I need to get to a certain place in myself so I can, and the feminine's like, that's a load of crap. You don't need to. The masculine, I think in many ways is making this too complicated. And I feel like that's the whole point, is to just release and let go of the making things too complicated, too complex, too linear. This must happen first, then this must happen, then this must happen. There's a little bit of that here too, okay? Let's get back to basics. Let's get back to the clarity, because I think that that's what is going to come through. I like the Tower here. I do. I like it because I think the Tower is clearing the deck of any kind of nonsense that the masculine is holding on to as a way of, I don't want to say protecting themselves, but as a way of like throwing boulders in the way of this connection, because it's big. It's big and it has a lot of arms and legs that reaches out into them. You can feel very vulnerable. And I feel like the masculine is like, I'm having an issue with being so vulnerable in the eyes of another person. Having a really hard time with that. It feels so naked. It feels so, like nothing I'm doing or saying. I just feel like the masculine keeps putting things in the way so you don't see them completely. Because at some point it feels like they're being robbed of their power. And I think that's a mindset shift to the masculine, that your power does not come in your ability to control information to your counterpart. It doesn't, come in the place of you knowing something that they don't know. I think that's what's being shifted for the masculine here. Like, let's not do that. Let's be completely transparent in this connection. And I feel like the feminine is like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, why can't we just move forward in this energy of love? Why do we have to complicate things? And I don't think the masculine has a really good answer for that. I really don't. I think they've got not a good answer for it. And I think it's almost like a little bit of a break, like a release of like oh God, I'm just so scared of you seeing me 100%, because what if I'm not perfect? Newsflash, you're not perfect. So let's get over that right now, okay? I think that that's what's going on for the masculine, that they're trying to keep an air of mystery. They're trying to keep an air of mystery, or an air of, it just feels so vulnerable. The masculine feels so vulnerable, and that's just not comfortable for them. Now, that's part of the lesson of the masculine, is to be vulnerable in the space of another person, especially their twin. The feminine is taking it upon themselves to feel like, I guess I'm not important enough to him or to my divine masculine, right? Because it's not about gender, it's about energy. I guess they don't care about me, or I guess they're just wanting to throw up roadblocks. I guess they're just not wanting to be in the space with me. And that feels really bad. It feels really difficult. What's being healed here right now is the ability to be fully vulnerable and open to love. That's the struggle here right now that I'm seeing. And it's an internal struggle. It's not even real. Okay. It's something that each one is kind of struggling with on their own. And they just have to, the answer here is surrender. Surrender. It sounds simple. It is. But it's not easy all the time. Surrender. In big neon letters. Surrender to the connection. You don't have to plan it out. You don't have to worry that you're not perfect, and so the other person is going to reject you. I think the surrender energy is what is needed. So I feel like the feminine is moving in that direction with this, Wheel of Fortune star and the 3 of Wands. Like, all right, I'm doing my healing around allowing. That's my feminine energy. I'm really going to empower that. And I'm also going to empower myself to be 100% able to be in connection with this person in a vulnerable way. There have been a lot of things that have happened in the past with this connection that might make you feel less confident about that. Now we got to get to a place of self-confidence, but also confidence in the connection. I see Temperance here 3 times. So I'm saying to you that I do feel like the universe is really working hard. It's in all 3 of the readings, or the little pieces of this reading. The Temperance angel is historically Archangel Michael. Angels, ascended masters, working on it, trying to get you together. And here we are in little old 3D Earth going, no, I can't be seen. And like, seriously, the universe is eye-rolly at you about that. Okay? If you're feeling divine masculine, divine feminine, whichever you are, if you're feeling like, if I show up fully to this connection and I'm going to get stabbed, then that's the place to work at it. What are you afraid of? What's going to be the stabbing? What is it going to feel like? They're going to reject me. I'm going to reject them. What, blah, 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 blah. I think you need to go back to the beginning. You need to go back to the core issue of where did that start? Because it feels to me like those are triggers. That's shadow work that needs to be done. That is stuff that is subconscious to you or to them or to both. And there's more focus on the what does it look like in the 3D rather than clearing those things up so you can be completely vulnerable to this other person. So let's see where we go with this. I am going to pull some cards for Sagittarius, for Cancer, for Scorpio, for Aquarius, for Libra. Okay, for Libra, and for Pisces. All right, I see the Piscean energy in a couple places, the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess. All right, so look at all those. It doesn't mean those are all Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Little extra boost if you're part of those signs. All right, link is below if you want to continue with me, Twin Flame. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.